welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be talking about why anime should not be gatekept. There's a few reasons for this. The thing would be that gatekeeping, in all honesty, all it is another form of cyberbullying, right? So for example, let's say that you're a new anime watcher. You've watched like maybe 2 to 3 new anime, or anime of your own that your friends have recommended or that you've read about or seen about online somewhere. Then you got someone who comes along and then they call your series and your community or your fandom trash. Well, now all you're really feeling is sad and depressed, and makes you want to not watch anymore, right? Because people are just bashing on you for what you like. Like I said, gatekeeping anime at its core is really just another form of bullying and discrimination, which leads to less people in the anime community. And when there's less people, there's less viewership, and less viewership equals, less animes being produced, less manga being created, and so on and so forth for certain series. So what I really want to talk about and get into today is most of it starts mainly with just one greedy person or a small group of greedy people, right? So you have one person or a small group who has maybe a decent following or some kind of influencer, who just start hating on a series for no real good reason, really, other than they personally don't like it, or they've heard someone else say it and they're just kind of jumping on the bandwagon. Gatekeeping anime is really no different than gatekeeping in any other industry. All it really takes is you got one greedy person or group of people who wants to hoard, manipulate, and abuse the industry for themselves and their selfish reasons. Like for example, I had some people in the anime community here who enjoyed anime, and I tried to reach out to them and talk to them about their thoughts and what they think. Well, in that case, I was either getting ignored, or they saw me as a quote-unquote competition instead of a fellow member of the community. And people like that will also try to put other people down for their own gain, which I just don't agree with. I think it's wrong, and especially wrong to newer people in the community who just enjoy anime because they like watching it. Next thing I really want to go over is what the state of current anime gatekeeping looks like, so you know what to look for and avoid. One of the biggest things you'll hear people say is that if you watch mainstream anime, you are not a real fan. I just personally think that the amount of people alone that are on this whole mainstream anime train is insane to me. There are so many people I hear say that if you watch mainstream anime like Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan or Black Clover or anything that's mainstream right now, that you're not a real fan, which is not true at all, actually. Because I guarantee you at one point or another in these people's anime viewing experience at some point, they've watched any of the big three like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. I guarantee you all of them have watched probably Black Clover at the least, Attack on Titan, even if it was just one season or two. Those people have watched it too, and that just feels like to me that they're also just kind of hopping on the whole mainstream anime train, where they say if you watch mainstream anime that you're not a fan, which is not true. You should be allowed to like mainstream anime or any anime in that regard, without being hated just because you like it, which I think, personally, I think it's good. I think everyone that likes anime should watch whatever they want. I don't think they should be hated for it, right? Which kind of brings me to my next thing. There is a big group. There's two big animes. Well, I don't know about big, but there's two animes that get a lot of hate from the community. And that would be Fairy Tail and Sword Art Online. There's a diagram here, I guess, that someone that's just kind of a hater made. But basically, they put Fairy Tail and Sword Art Online in what we'll call the Untouchables category. I think they get unnecessarily hated. Honestly, I think they both get overly hated. I don't think either of them are bad anime. Personally, I'm a big fan of Fairy Tail. I may be a little biased because it was one of the first few anime I watched, but I thought it was really good. And I think the power of friendship kind of gets hated on a little too much as well. But every anime has its pros and cons when it comes to the story, the plot, character development. Those are just big things too. And kind of like what we'll call the last state of what gatekeeping kind of looks like currently is people are getting made fun of for cosplaying just because they aren't the same race or skin tone as the character they're trying to cosplay. There's a lot of people that post their cosplays and they get nervous about it because the first one they've done, just for them to post it on Twitter or some other social media site and get hate just because they don't look exactly like the character. I think a lot of this comes from people here in America, really. Just because I don't know, really, honestly, I really don't know why they do it. Just because I guess they don't like the way that it looks, or they think that, oh, they're doing a cosplay, you're weird, yada, yada, yada. But, people are allowed to do what they like. I think there shouldn't be anything wrong with it. If you want to cosplay a character, man, go cosplay whoever you want, right? Okay. But overall, gatekeeping really doesn't benefit the community as a whole. A lot of times, the person doing the gatekeeping is only doing it to stroke their own ego, to make themselves feel better. And then gatekeeping, it really just reduces the amount of people we have in the community, and it gets reduced leadership, so animes get less promotion. And then, you have a lot of animes that just don't get a second season, or stuff like that. Or even, they don't even come out of manga phase sometimes and even get animated just because the viewership surrounding it's just not there. Gatekeeping really is just another toxic way of saying that you don't know certain things about this anime, or I think your anime sucks, so you shouldn't be allowed to be an anime fan, which at the end of the day is truly ridiculous. So, like I said earlier, at the end of the day, all it is really is just a group of bullies putting down other people to stroke their own ego. I personally think that these culture vultures need to learn to stay in their own lane, right, and just enjoy the animes and the manga for what they are. If you don't like it, don't read it, don't watch it, but I don't think you should put other people down for enjoying what they like to watch. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I don't feel like there's a need to be rude or toxic about it if you don't agree with it. The golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. Let's make the anime community a safe place to be. Let everyone enjoy what they want. And I think that's how it should be. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe if you would like to see more of this content. Let me know your thoughts on anime gatekeeping in the comments below.